Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Our Capitol camera has a little water on the lens this morning, and if you are heading out, I'd say don't even worry with the umbrella. The wind's going to make that useless. Wind speeds already gusting up towards 15 miles an hour, some spots closer to 20. That's going to push the rain right under your umbrella and right out of mid-Michigan. It's right now cutting across our northwestern areas, but with time it'll move east, and after that, it looks like a nice day. We'll look at the day planner coming up as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
Top leaders at Michigan State University test out a new way to meet to see what's working and what's not. Good morning and happy Friday. Today is September 5th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Megan Vaselli. Kirk has the day off. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. MSU President Kevin Guskiewicz says the goal of this new format is to hear directly from the Spartan community. Now, it comes after last year the Board of Trustees voted to replace its regular September meeting with a so-called stakeholder engagement forum. President Guskiewicz tells 6 News the university invited around 60 people to last night's meeting to share their thoughts on how Michigan State is performing in several areas. Topics included health and wellness, research training, and community outreach. It happened during a pressing time for the university with budget cuts leading to layoffs. It's still not clear how many layoffs will happen, but President Guskiewicz says new estimates are lower than first anticipated. The Justice Department now has reportedly launched a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Governor and Michigan State University professor Lisa Cook. The probe follows 2 criminal referrals by Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte, who accuses Cook of committing mortgage fraud, something she continues to deny. Sources familiar with the matter say the DOJ already issued subpoenas and formed grand juries. The accusations led President Trump to announce he's firing Cook, and she responded with a lawsuit against him to keep her position. The Justice Department asked for a ruling by this upcoming Tuesday, which is ahead of the Fed's next meeting on September 16th. Stay with 6 News as we continue to follow this investigation. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. facing fire on Capitol Hill, pressed about his handling of vaccine policy and the shakeup at the CDC. As Jared Hill reports, Democrats are calling for his resignation. The White House is defending him, but even some Republicans now are raising concerns.
He's a very good person. And he means very well.
President Trump is defending Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
If you look at what's going on in the world with health and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
After a combative Senate hearing.
You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
With respect, I do not think I'm the one making things up.
Kennedy, who's questioned the efficacy of vaccines and elevated unsupported claims about their alleged harms, drew fire from even staunch Trump allies over recent cuts to vaccine research and access to the COVID-19 vaccine. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy is a physician.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
You're wrong.
It was Kennedy's first appearance on Capitol Hill since he pushed out former CDC Director Susan Menares last week, sparking a number of resignations.
These changes were absolutely necessary adjustments to restore the agency to its role as the world's gold standard public health agency.
In a Wall Street Journal op-ed yesterday, Menares wrote she was fired after refusing to, quote, pre-approve the recommendations of a vaccine advisory panel newly filled with people who have publicly expressed anti-vaccine rhetoric.
I did not say that to her.
So she's lying today to the American people in the Wall Street Journal.
Yes, sir.
That CDC advisory panel is set to meet later this month to discuss vaccine recommendations. Jared Hill, CBS News.
A mental health worker at a state prison in Jackson now charged with sex crimes after prosecutors say she had an inappropriate relationship with an inmate who was under her care. Renee Nelson is charged with second-degree criminal sexual conduct. Prosecutors say the charges stemmed from an incident that happened while Nelson was employed as a mental health professional at the Michigan Department of Corrections. The department since placing her on an unpaid stop order. If convicted, Nelson faces up to 15 years in prison. She'll be back in court next Friday. New this morning, the man charged with shooting and killing his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit makes a court appearance. Mario Green now faces a slew of charges, including first-degree and premeditated murder. Investigators say his ex-wife, Latricia Brown, was shot to death late last month after an altercation at the hospital where she worked. Green is accused of pulling the trigger, and another man, Anthony Barnett, is charged with accessory after the fact and lying to a police officer. Both are set to be back in court in November. A nationwide student walkout set to happen today, and 6 News has learned students at a local high school plan to take part. According to activist group Students Demand Action, it's in response to the recent deadly shooting at a school in Minneapolis. Students at schools around the country, including Lansing's Eastern High School, plan to walk out today at noon, demanding lawmakers take action against gun violence. Lansing's Papa John's Pizza shut down its ovens for the final time. The well-known local pizzeria, not the international franchise, is closing after more than 40 years. Papa John's was founded in the East Lansing area in 1982, 2 years before the nationwide chain that shares the same name. It opened several locations throughout the years, with the final one on Michigan Ave in Lansing. Some former Spartans here at 6 News say the pizzeria was a staple of Michigan State University, delivering them inexpensive pies, especially throughout the 80s and 90s. Papa himself shared a message online thanking his loyal customers and employees for a great 4 decades.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We're still seeing the chance for a few showers out there to start the day in mid-Michigan, and it's formed along a line ahead of a cold front. Even cooler air is actually going to work its way in throughout the day. So while we do expect to warm up a little bit from where we are now, it's not going to be much. Looking at that radar, we do have that band of rain now extending a little bit farther south. This is on the tail end of a system that goes much farther towards the north. Thankfully, our best chances for rain are for this morning, and if you hit the snooze button a few more times, you should be able to miss it. I want to talk about the curlicue nature of the system, though. It has that classic comma head, like a snail shell curling up onto itself in Canada. Because of how massive it is, it has a lot of wind with it. So today, get ready for some gusty conditions. We're seeing winds gusting up past 30 miles an hour for a large portion of the morning and afternoon. So for Winston, being as tiny as he is, you might want to stay inside. It's going to be a little struggle for the smaller pets, I think, but otherwise a green paw for the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies and those temperatures staying in the mid-60s by noon and then dropping to the 50s before we even get to sunset.
There you go.
Yep.
It's, yes, sweater weather.
Gotta love those morning cold fronts.
I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep having these little quips, and my mom and I every year, oh, sweater weather. It's sweater weather.
It's fun to say.
Yeah.
And they put it on pillows too, so it's like, all right, it has to be a good phrase if it's on a pillow.
Right. Okay, Katie, thank you. Coming up, an